attention, please. Thank you. Yesterday in Washington, before a crowd that numbered in the hundreds of thousands, our president spoke with eloquence regarding the founding principles of American exceptionalism. Principles articulated in the words of our Declaration of Independence. "We hold these truths to be self-evident," quoted President Obama, "that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." It is true, as our president reminded us, that America has not always lived up to the promise of these words. Quoting the president, "For history tells us that while these truths may be self-evident, they have never been self-executing." Close quote. Our right to life and liberty are rights that are given by God. But these rights must be secured by a conscious and deliberate choice, made by free citizens who champion the rights of all people to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All people, not just some people, not just the healthy or the productive or those deemed worthy, but all of us. That all people must be protected and guaranteed their right to life. This was not apparent in 1857 when the Supreme Court of the United States, in its Dred Scott decision, ruled that African Americans, whether slave or free, enjoyed no protection under the law and had no rights under the Constitution. Chattel and property, their value was counted in fractions and their fundamental humanity dismissed. That all people must be protected and guaranteed their right to life was not apparent in the 1940s and the 1950s, when guided by the eugenic principles of Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, the United States government sterilized tens of thousands of the voiceless poor who were deemed unfit and unworthy of life. The poor deemed genetically inferior to those who wielded the scalpels in the pristine clinics of Mississippi and Alabama. Do you want to know from whom the Nazis learned their lessons of racial eugenics? Then read the history of Planned Parenthood and weep. Weep for the pristine clinics it sponsors today in the poorest American neighborhoods. Cleansing society of black, Hispanic, and biracial babies. The kind of children which Margaret Sanger deemed as hopelessly inferior. Last night, our president spoke words of great wisdom when he said, and I quote, "Through blood drawn by lash and blood drawn by sword, we learned that no union founded on the principles of liberty and equality could survive half slave and half free." Close quote. Tonight I call upon the President and his Catholic Vice President and all the members of Congress to recognize the truth of these words and apply them as well to the unborn in our midst. Let them say, as we say tonight, no union founded on the principles of liberty and equality can long survive when the unborn are deprived of their rights, when their life and liberty can be violently torn from them and their existence is given less value than the slave on the auction block. On Friday night, President Obama will have another opportunity to stand before a crowd numbering in the hundreds of thousands, but he won't be there. They will march, the tens of thousands from every state in the nation, but our president won't see it. They will cry out for justice, the young and the old who march, but President Obama will not hear their anguished voice. They will demand that all life be protected from conception to natural death, that he must stop calling abortion health care and stop buying the rights of some with the lives of others. But our president dismisses those who will march in Washington, even as he dismisses us tonight. And so tonight, I want to say to the president, and I want to say this in a voice loud enough to reach Washington, D.C. Mr. Obama, our nation is wading through the blood of 55 million dead babies. We know the truth. And the truth is that it is not health care. Neither is this economic parity and a protection for women. This is murder. We know the truth. And because we know the truth, we will continue to pray. We will continue to protest at abortion clinics. And we will continue to march for life. We know that abortion kills life. And because we know this, we will continue to speak out against it every opportunity we get. We will not go away, and we will not be silent. We will work for an end of abortion and pray for an end of abortion. We will shiver in the cold, pray through the night, picket through the week, suffer the rude stares and condescending remarks as long as it takes. And if it takes all this to save one life, to save one child, then it's all worth it. And when tomorrow comes, we will do it all again, and again, and again, until every child that is conceived is born, and every child that is born is loved and protected, and every child that is loved can live in holiness and peace. And so now, let us march.